Good morning, board. Aliceo was exposed to a data breach in late August of 2022. An employee in our Buenos Aires office clicked on a phishing email compromising his login credentials for a charity bicycle race sponsored by the company. The attackers were able to use the employee's credentials to break into the charity bicycle race website, which is actually hosted on our servers, and pull credentials of hundreds of further employees. Using one of the credential sets, they were further able to access a consumer services database. It was discovered in October that rhododendron was severely vulnerable. The U.S. CERT announced a severe vulnerability in its framework. The Chief Information Security Officer informed all line of business security information officers to immediately patch this vulnerability. All but one department complied, unfortunately. Due to this conflict between the BIZO and the head of department, the Complaint Remediation Department within Consumer Services, the patch was failed. The attackers exploited this unpatched vulnerability and gained access to our most sensitive data. So what is the damage? This past month, the criminals slowly exfiltrated information in small increments meant to not trip our existing filters. By doing this, they were able to take 20 terabytes of data. While we were deploying stopgaps, they were able to exfiltrate an additional 10 terabytes of information. This has resulted in the compromise of personnel information of at least 400 million consumers and hundreds of our employees. And the actual dollar amount is untold at this time. So what has been our response? This past week, our third-party information security provider, Reconnaissance, alerted us that the Buenos Aires employees' and credentials were being misused. This led us to discovering the exfiltration and shutting his credentials off. Alerted that we knew of the attack because of the credential issue, the criminals decided to pull out all the information that they could quickly, stealing a further 10 terabytes. We stopped the exfiltration immediately and began assessing damage and the nature of the stolen data. We met with legal and prepared our alert regulators.